Hey guys, what's up? Before I say anything, I'm sorry about not uploading our tournament uh, videos yet. I'm having trouble trying to get something to read the SD cards that I had in the GoPro, so um, as soon as I can figure that out, I'll have them up. But today we are out here on Smithville on the far north end. It's This is right around where the Little Platte kind of dumps in up here. It's kind of the smaller area. It's where I don't know, I've seen a lot of cat fishermen up here. I've seen a lot of crappie fishermen up here, but I mean, for all you cat fishermen, just look at this. Just look at it. You just gotta look at it. It looks beautiful for catfishing. There's a channel that runs right through here, right dead center of everything. Well, I mean, it kind of zigzags through here, but there's a lot of stumps, shallow water on each edge of the channel, of course. Right now, I'm sitting at about 1.5 foot. Yeah, right around 1.5 foot of water. So, what I'm going to do is, and before you guys say anything, first of all, I'm going to throw out 6 poles. I know the law in the state of Missouri is 3 poles per person, but I was told a while back, actually earlier this year, I got checked by a conservation agent, and it was because I had 1 pole down and then 3 poles up, and he thought I had all 4 of them out. And he told me that as long as you put down your name and your conservation number on a piece of paper and tape it to the butt of your rod, you can have, I think it's like up to 18 poles or something like that, because then they call it, or they consider it a limb line or a bank line or whatever. So that's what I did with these 3 rods right here. I just took down a piece of notebook paper and put my name and conservation number on it and taped it to it. And the reason for that is it's kind of midday here. It's right around noon, a little after noon. And the water, as you can see, it's about 81 degrees in these shallow areas. So I want to try for a little bit of everything. I'm going to try especially for flatheads. And all I'm going to do, I've got all my poles set up for just regular catfishing. Got a 3-ounce weight that, slides down to the hook. And yeah, if I want to change it up for flathead, I got to do something different if I'm going to use live bait. So sorry, I'm trying to adjust the seat. But all I do, when I'm out on the lake like this that I know has got flathead in it, and I don't have my poles rigged up quite right for it yet, and if I don't want to take the time, to go through all that hassle, of putting on a leader and all that stuff, all I do is I take this weight, I cut, or not cut, but I bring up my hook about the distance that I want it to be at, as far as where my bait's going to float, and I'll take it around. If you guys look, I've got the line like I'm going to tie a knot, okay? And I've got this about 2 foot, 3 foot. I'm probably just going to go a little bit shallower because we're not in that deep of water, so probably going to go to about 1.5 foot, maybe 1 foot, about like that, to get that bait off the bottom. I bring it up like this, and that's honestly all I do is I tie a knot. Maybe. I'm not even good at my own technique. Just like that. Boom. Tie a knot. And if you want to tie another one for safe measure, you can. That way you can make sure that your weight isn't going to still try to slide back and forth. See, this one still is. So I would go ahead and tie 2, maximum 3 knots. That way, you know, it won't be such a hassle to get it off of there when you're done and just want to go back to just regular catfishing. It's kind of a pain in the butt with egg sinkers, unless you got like a little working table or something to work on it with in your boat. I do not. I have my lap. Everybody knows your thigh is round, so especially mine. Mine are fucking huge. Excuse my language. That, and then your hook wants to hook on everything. As you can tell, there ain't a whole lot of stuff that's been going right today, but good enough. And just like that, I got my line. It's probably, I don't know, about a foot down from my weight, and yeah, that sinker's pretty much going to stay put. So that way this will sink to the bottom. Your bait will be up here swimming around. You know, it works good. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get my baits out and see if we can catch anything here. I know there's some flatheads in this lake. I've seen some people catch some, so let's see what happens. Alright, I just threw out my live bait. I figured I would give it the longest. But I'm going to go ahead and at least get these baited up, and then I got to put this meanie top down to cast these out. I'm having this thing up today because last time I came out here I got burnt up. Whether it didn't matter if I had sunscreen on or not, and that sunburn was horrible. Call me a wussy, whatever you want, but I'll tell you what, that shit sucks. So and it's supposed to be 83, 84 today, so, and that, we've got nothing but sun, so it's a perfect day to burn, that's for sure. I'm not even going to take that chance, so I just went ahead and put the meanie top up, and I need a bigger boat, guys. It gets crowded in here. I love this boat. I just wish it was wider. I especially love the way I've got everything set up. Again, I just wish it was just a little bit wider. And all I'm throwing out there today is I've got some little live bluegill that I caught in the cast net this morning out here. on the live bait part, which is over here on this rod on the far left. That way I know which one I've got the live bait on. And then I've got a chunk tail, shad tail on this one, and then I've got a fillet on this one, and then a fillet on this one, and then I've got some belly chunk, shad belly chunk on this one, and I'm just going to put another fillet on this one, because they like the fillets no matter what. I usually catch fish with it regardless. So see, I used to do nothing but chunk, and I caught a lot of fish, but once I got more and more into catfishing, I realized that catfish can be very picky eaters, and that is the truth. Some days they'll like chunks, some days they'll like just shad guts, and some days they'll love fillets, and some days it don't even matter. And those are my favorite days, but those days are rare. I think that's mainly when the spawn is, and you know, they're coming off the nest and they're hungry. So okay, now I'm gonna drop this mini top and get casted out. It's just way easier with this mini top down. That way I can kind of pinpoint it a little better where I want my baits. And I got this mini top on Amazon for 120 bucks. It's tall enough that you can stand up in, but I just think my boat's a little bit too short for it, but it works either way. That way all you got to do is fold this back, cast, and then fold it back out, clip it on, and you can sit here in the shade all day. And it doesn't protect you from the rain as much. It does as long as it's not windy, but I don't know. So far I like it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and drop this thing. Better turn that off, save my battery power on the boat. Yeah, all you got to do is fold this back just like this. It's nice and sunny again. Let's get these baits casted out. I think this is right around some deep mud. Right around where we tore them up last time. We caught 5 or 6, or maybe it was 4 or 5. I can't remember. 4 or 5 decent channels, but that was on the evening bite. That's a good spot. Get her out of the mud. And yeah, I've got a mixture, or one oddball pole today. This is what I used to use all the time. It's just an old Alpha Cat Shakespeare. Open phase spin casting. Until I finally got to learning how to use these bait casters, and I'll tell you what, I love these bait casters. And I've got 2 Shakespeare Ugly Sticks GX2s over here. Rippin' Lips rod, Tiger Spin Casting Shakespeare, and then the Berkeley Big Game Power Series over here. And this one is an Eagle Claw Water Eagle. And the reels, again, I've got an Ambassador 6600 Rocket, 2 Garcia 7000 C3s, Catfish Specials, and of course again the Alpha Cat Spin Casting Shakespeare. I've got a Cat Max reel I got from Bass Pro, and then a Garcia 6500 C3. And if I have to say, out of my favorite rods, it would be the 2 7000s, the Cat Max, and the 6500s for sure. These 6500s they're just an all-around good reel. And if you don't want to break the bank, they're a perfect reel for that. They're really not that much. The most expensive reels that I've got are these 2 7000s, and those are at the top. Those are my top favorite. These 6600s, I'm not too impressed by them, mainly because they just don't seem like they're built very tough, I guess. I'm not sure how old they are. I bought them off a friend of mine. And yeah, the gears in them they don't seem very reliable, I guess. It doesn't seem like a very reliable reel. So yeah, like I said, these 2 right here I would have to say are my favorite. 2 7000 Ambassador Garcia, Abu Garcia Ambassador 7000 C3 Catfish Specials. I got a red one and a yellow one, or orange one, I guess. So, well, baits are out. We're going to see what happens. Probably going to give it 20-25 minutes. I like to give them a little bit longer, especially in the noon time or the afternoon. Get around the evening bite, we should start catching more fish. But what I've done is I moved up here a little further south on this north end than where we started last time. I want to try to fish where we left off and keep fishing this out and see, how I do, and see how the bites are, and see how many fish I can catch and all that good stuff. So we're gonna wait it out and see what happens. It's about, yeah, it's 12:47 right now, and let's see if I can get the temperature. Yeah, it's about 82 degrees right now, so I'm going to sit here and wait it out and see what happens. I just got a good bite on that live bait. Yeah, bending over pretty good. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it's a flathead, but that's the only bite. I was just about getting ready to reel in and turn around, and I was going to try this channel that's in front of me. And see if the fish are down there. That was a pretty good bite. Oh. bites on both of these poles. There's a fish. I think he just got off. That is right here swimming to me. Yeah, he's swimming to me. We got him. Nice channel cat. Really nice channel cat. Bite's just picked up here. Stuff. Everything else ready, but I wasn't ready for this. Decent channel cat. He's probably maybe a pound and a half, but it's a pretty good channel cat. If you can see him good or not. It's not bad. That kind of all happened all at once. Pretty sure that was on fillet. I might have to check the baits on these other two to the left. Yeah, that kind of happened all at once. I was getting a bite on the live bait, and then I was getting a bite on this one, and then yeah, they kept going off. I was getting ready to grab one of these, and then this one was barreled over. That was kind of crazy. And I like crazy, so. Right over there where it was. Yeah, I caught him just right over there. And then these two, this one's got the live bait on it, the big game does. And this one was going off. I was just getting ready to grab this one. And then the Cat Max was just barreled over, so I just grabbed it. I'm getting ready. I think I'm going to go ahead and check the bait on these two here in just a second. I got to get this live well going, and so that fish can breathe good and stay alive, hopefully. It's pretty warm out, and the water's pretty warm, so I don't know. Just have to keep an eye on them. This Live bait rod seems to be going off again. Let's find out what's going on. Make sure there's not a fish on it. There is not. But something had been definitely trying to get a hold of it, that's for sure. If you look, his head's pretty tore up, not gonna lie. He looks pretty sad. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy off and chunk him up and try putting another live bait on it, see what happens, see if that's a flathead. Hopefully this time he'll swallow it. Kind of a pain in the ass to have to keep pushing that thing back, but it's not too bad. I'd rather have it than not right now. I don't know if I hit that rod or if I just got a bite on it. I don't know, the one next to well, we got one so far. We'll go ahead and do a part 2 to this. I don't know how late we're going to fish, but I kind of like to see that evening bite. And I'll keep you guys updated and get back to you when we catch some more fish. So stay tuned and subscribe. We'll be back. Thanks, man.